Ladies and gentlemen, this message was meant to find you before you give up. I want you to take a moment and consider something important. You're not here by accident. The thoughts you've been thinking, the emotions you've been feeling, the struggles you've been facing, they are not random. They are part of your journey, and right now, they have brought you to this exact moment, to hear these words. I believe that something within you already knows you are capable of more than you realize. But often in the midst of struggle, it's easy to forget that. It's easy to believe that what you're experiencing now defines who you are, that the challenges you face are insurmountable, that the person you dream of becoming is out of reach. But I'm here to tell you, in this moment, that you are on the verge of something incredible. You are closer than you think. The breakthrough you've been waiting for isn't far away. It's not in the future. It's right here in the choices you make every single day. The person you are becoming is already in you, waiting to be revealed, and all that's required is your willingness to shift your perspective. When things get tough, when it feels like the world is against you, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that things will never change, that the pain will never end. But what if the challenge you're facing right now is the very thing that will propel you forward into the life you've been waiting for? What if, instead of running from it, you leaned into it with curiosity? What if you trusted that the difficulties you're encountering are not there to defeat you, but to grow you, to teach you, to prepare you for something greater? It's time to break free from the grip of your old beliefs. The ones that say you're not worthy, that tell you to play small, that whisper to you that you've already reached your limit. Your past does not have to define your future. Your circumstances don't dictate your potential. The energy you choose to focus on today can change the course of your entire life. Every time you get up, even when the weight feels too heavy, you're rewiring your brain and you're strengthening your spirit. You are creating a new path with every step, every thought, every emotion. You are not a prisoner of your old story. You are the architect of your future. And the moment you decide to stop identifying with the struggle and start believing in the possibility of something greater, you begin to step into the reality you've always dreamed of. Don't let this moment pass by. Don't let this opportunity to change your life slip away because you think it's too hard, or too much, or too late. It's not. In fact, it's just the beginning. You are capable. You are worthy. You are ready. This message was meant to find you before you give up. Keep going. Your future is waiting, and it's waiting for you to show up as the greatest version of yourself. The world needs you to do that, and so do you. Transformation is not just a one-time event. It is a continuous process that begins with a shift in your mindset. Many people wait for an external event or some kind of miracle to change their life, but the truth is, the greatest transformation begins from within. It starts with a decision to no longer accept the current reality, a decision to break free from the old patterns, beliefs, and habits that have been keeping you stuck. You have to first recognize that change is possible and that you have the power to initiate it. The process of transformation requires you to step outside of the familiar and into the unknown. This can be uncomfortable, even frightening. It challenges everything you thought you knew about yourself and your limitations. But it is in this space of discomfort that growth happens. You must be willing to embrace uncertainty and trust that what you cannot yet see is already unfolding for your highest good. The moment you step into that uncertainty with faith, the process of transformation begins to accelerate. You are not bound by your past, your history, or your circumstances. Every single day is a new opportunity to redefine who you are and what you are capable of. When you change your inner world, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, you begin to change your outer reality. The way you see yourself, the way you perceive the world, the way you show up each day, all of it creates a ripple effect that influences the life you live. Transformation also requires letting go. You must release the past, the old identity that has been holding you hostage. The beliefs and stories you've told yourself about who you are and what is possible for you are not the truth. They are just stories. When you let go of these limiting beliefs, you open up space for new opportunities, new ways of thinking, and new ways of being. The universe responds to the energy you put out, and when you align your energy with the highest version of yourself, the universe will start to bring you experiences that match that energy. True transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with every step you take toward it, you become more aligned with your highest potential. The more you choose to grow, to evolve, to expand, the more you become the person you were always meant to be. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges. It's about how you respond to them. Life is full of uncertainties, obstacles, and hardships. There's no way around that. But what sets resilient individuals apart is their ability to adapt and rise in the face of adversity. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, and that every setback carries the seed of a greater lesson. Resilience is not an innate trait that some are born with, but a skill that can be developed, strengthened, and refined over time. When faced with difficulty, the natural response might be to retreat, to collapse into fear, or to feel defeated. However, resilience allows you to see the struggle from a different perspective. It teaches you to stand firm even when everything inside of you wants to give up. It reminds you that discomfort is often the precursor to transformation. When you're in the middle of a storm, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture, but resilient people understand that storms pass, and they come out stronger on the other side. They build their mental and emotional muscles by learning to face hardship with courage and adaptability. Resilience is about building a mindset that refuses to be shaken. It's about trusting in your ability to navigate tough times and knowing that challenges are temporary. The moment you accept that life won't always go according to plan, you begin to shift your mindset from one of resistance to one of openness. You start to see obstacles not as barriers, but as stepping stones, guiding you toward your next level of growth. Instead of blaming circumstances or other people, you take responsibility for how you show up. This shift in perspective is what allows resilience to flourish. When you cultivate resilience, you also develop an unwavering belief in yourself. You learn to trust your instincts, and you gain confidence in your ability to face whatever comes your way. It's not about being invulnerable or unaffected by life's challenges. It's about becoming more adaptable, more resourceful, and more determined to keep moving forward, no matter the circumstances. Life is going to test you, and sometimes it will feel overwhelming. But with resilience, you'll realize that you have everything you need to overcome what lies ahead. Each experience, no matter how difficult, becomes a reminder of your strength. Belief is the foundation of every great achievement. What you believe shapes everything about your life, the way you think, the way you feel, and the actions you take. If you believe that success is possible, that you are worthy of happiness, and that you have the power to create the life you desire, you will align your energy with that reality. But if you carry limiting beliefs, if you believe that you are not enough or that certain things are impossible for you, then your reality will mirror that lack of belief. Beliefs are powerful because they influence your perception of reality. They create the lens through which you view the world. When you believe in yourself, your world becomes full of possibilities. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You develop the confidence to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, and to push through challenges. But if your belief system is rooted in fear, doubt, or inadequacy, you will unconsciously sabotage your potential. You will hold yourself back, even when opportunities are right in front of you. The good news is that beliefs are not fixed. They can be changed. The same way you have adopted limiting beliefs over time, you can choose to adopt empowering beliefs that support your growth. It starts with awareness. You need to identify the beliefs that are holding you back and challenge them. Ask yourself, is this belief truly mine, or is it something I've been conditioned to believe? Often, the beliefs that limit us are not even ours to begin with. They were adopted from past experiences, family, society, or culture. Once you become aware of these limiting beliefs, you can begin to replace them with new, empowering ones. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," you might start thinking, "I am capable of figuring this out." Instead of thinking, "I'll never be successful," you might start thinking, "Success is a natural outcome of my efforts." These new beliefs will begin to shape your behavior, your actions, and the results you get in life. Over time, as you repeat these new thoughts, they will become embedded in your subconscious, and your new beliefs will become your reality. When you believe in yourself, you unlock the doors to your potential. Your mind becomes a powerful tool that works in your favor, and your actions begin to reflect the person you are becoming. Belief is not just a mental exercise. It's the key that opens the door to a limitless life. Growth is a process, not a destination. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that there is a final point, a moment when everything will fall into place and we'll have arrived. But the truth is, growth is a constant evolution, a series of steps forward and backward, of refinement and redefinition. Each day, you have the opportunity to expand your understanding of who you are and what you are capable of. Every challenge, every setback, every success, it's all part of this journey of growth. True growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you step outside of what you already know, when you challenge yourself to think in new ways and take new actions. It's easy to stay in a familiar place, a place where things feel safe and predictable. But real progress is made when you stretch yourself beyond what feels comfortable, when you make decisions that align with your future rather than your past. This requires courage, and it requires a deep trust in yourself. Trust that you have the strength and ability to handle whatever comes your way. Trust that every step, no matter how difficult, is contributing to your personal evolution. Growth also involves a willingness to let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. These are the things that keep you small, that hold you back from reaching your highest potential. It could be a belief that you're not good enough, or a pattern of self-doubt that constantly undermines your efforts. These old ways of thinking and being are comfortable, but they are not conducive to your growth. To grow, you must be willing to release them, to create space for new ideas and behaviors that will take you further along your path. Another key element of growth is patience. Too often, we expect immediate results. We want change to happen quickly, and when it doesn't, we get frustrated or discouraged. But growth takes time. It's a process of gradual change, where small actions compound over time to produce big results. You have to trust that every effort, no matter how small, is moving you in the right direction. The seeds of growth are planted in the moments when you show up, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Each small step adds to the momentum, and eventually you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Growth is not linear, it's a spiral, constantly evolving and expanding. Perspective shapes everything. The way you view the world determines how you experience it. Life is not inherently good or bad, it simply is. The meaning you assign to every situation, every person, every challenge, and every opportunity is what defines your experience. If you look at life through the lens of fear, doubt, or negativity, that is what you will attract. But if you choose to see the world through the lens of possibility, growth, and gratitude, your reality will shift in profound ways. Changing your perspective is one of the most powerful tools for transformation. When you shift the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change. This is not about ignoring the difficulties or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about consciously choosing to focus on what you can control, your thoughts, your reactions, your attitude. It's about finding opportunities within challenges, lessons within mistakes, and strength within adversity. When you change your perspective, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as the creator of your experience. It's easy to get stuck in a negative thought cycle, especially when things aren't going as planned. The mind tends to gravitate toward what's wrong, what's missing, or what's not working. This is the natural way of the brain. It seeks to solve problems. But when you constantly focus on what isn't working, you train your mind to look for more problems, more obstacles. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. To break this cycle, you need to consciously redirect your focus. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Instead of complaining about how difficult things are, ask, "How can I grow from this situation?" When you begin to shift your perspective in this way, your experience of life begins to change. You start to see the silver lining, the opportunity in every challenge, the lesson in every setback. You realize that you are not defined by your circumstances. You are defined by how you respond to them. Your external reality may not change overnight, but your internal world will transform, and that will have a profound impact on everything around you. Perspective is everything. It determines how you move through life, how you interact with others, and how you create your future. By changing the way you see the world, you can change the world you experience. Breakthroughs don't happen when things are easy, they happen when things are hard. In times of struggle, when you feel like giving up, that is often when you're on the cusp of something great. Growth and transformation require discomfort. If you want to break through the limitations that have been holding you back, you have to be willing to face the challenges that come your way, rather than avoiding them. It's in the middle of the storm, when everything feels chaotic and uncertain, that you are most likely being prepared for the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Often, we think of breakthroughs as sudden, dramatic shifts, moments where everything changes in an instant. But in reality, breakthroughs are built through consistent effort, persistence, and a willingness to keep going, even when the path seems unclear. Each moment of struggle is an opportunity for you to refine your thoughts, your behaviors, and your mindset. The more you push through your doubts and fears, the more you are conditioning yourself to handle greater challenges. And with each challenge you overcome, you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of navigating future obstacles. What often stands in the way of breakthroughs is the story we tell ourselves. When faced with adversity, it's easy to slip into a narrative of failure or defeat. We think that because things aren't going as planned, we are not making progress. But progress doesn't always look the way we expect it to. Sometimes, it's not about the outward changes. It's about the internal shifts happening within us. Every time you push past your comfort zone, you are rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways that enable you to think differently and act differently. These subtle shifts accumulate, and over time, they lead to significant breakthroughs. It's also important to remember that breakthroughs are not just about achieving external success. They are about inner transformation. The real breakthrough occurs when you shift your mindset, when you let go of limiting beliefs, when you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as the creator of your experience. This shift in perspective is what unlocks new possibilities. The breakthroughs you're seeking are not out there somewhere. They are within you, waiting for you to access them by changing the way you think and the way you approach life's challenges. Potential is not something that can be given to you by someone else or something external. It's already within you. It's something you were born with, something that is a part of your DNA. But so often, we fail to recognize our true potential because we are caught up in self, doubt, fear, and the limitations of our past experiences. We look at others and think, they have something that I don't. We forget that the only difference between us and those who seem to have achieved greatness is the belief that they are capable, combined with the actions they take to manifest their vision. Unlocking your potential starts with realizing that it has always been there. The first step is shifting your mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility. When you believe that your potential is unlimited, that there are no boundaries to what you can achieve, everything begins to change. You start looking for opportunities rather than obstacles. You start seeing your challenges as stepping stones, not roadblocks. The way you view yourself and your abilities dictates how you will show up in the world. But believing in your potential is only the beginning. The next step is to act in alignment with it. It's easy to talk about what you could do or what you should do, but potential is unlocked through consistent, intentional action. It's about taking one step at a time, even when you're unsure of the outcome. The process of tapping into your potential involves stepping outside your comfort zone and being willing to try, fail, learn, and grow. Every small effort, no matter how insignificant it seems, brings you closer to realizing the full scope of what you are capable of. Another key aspect of unlocking your potential is letting go of the need for validation from others. Too often, we seek external approval to confirm our worth or our capabilities. But true potential can only be accessed when you rely on your own inner knowing, when you trust your intuition and your instincts. You don't need anyone else to tell you that you can succeed. You must trust that your potential is enough to carry you through. When you align your thoughts, actions, and beliefs with your potential, you become unstoppable. You realize that your true power lies not in what you have or don't have, but in the belief you have in yourself and your ability to create the life you desire. Your potential is waiting for you to tap into it, and it is only limited by the boundaries you place upon it. The way you respond to life is far more important than the events themselves. Life is full of unexpected twists, challenges, and moments that test your patience and endurance. It's easy to get caught up in the circumstances, to react emotionally and feel overwhelmed by the things that seem out of your control. But the power lies in how you choose to respond. Your response is where your power resides. It's not about what happens to you, but how you decide to handle it that truly shapes your experience. When you respond from a place of calm, clarity, and purpose, you tap into a deeper part of yourself that is connected to your higher potential. On the other hand, when you react from a place of fear, frustration, or stress, you allow the external world to control your internal state. This disempowers you. Your emotions, thoughts, and actions are governed by the situation at hand rather than by your own intentions. It is easy to be reactive when things are tough, but the moment you realize that you have the ability to choose your response, everything changes. Choosing to respond consciously requires awareness. It means recognizing when you are slipping into automatic, habitual reactions and making the choice to pause, breathe, and respond from a place of clarity. It's about observing your thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. This level of awareness creates space between stimulus and response, allowing you to take a step back and choose a response that aligns with your highest self. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to respond with intention instead of reacting out of impulse. Your responses shape your reality. The more you respond with grace, patience, and purpose, the more you align with your desired outcomes. By choosing your response, you stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming the creator of your life. Every time you respond from a place of awareness, you reinforce the belief that you are in control of your experience. Life will continue to bring challenges, but how you meet them determines your journey. You can't always control what happens, but you can always control how you respond. And in that control lies your power to create a life filled with peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Every experience, every interaction, and every challenge you face is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself and the world around you. Life isn't random, and the things that come your way aren't by chance. Each moment is a reflection of the energy you are putting out into the universe. It's easy to get caught in the belief that life happens to you, that you're simply reacting to circumstances outside of your control. But the truth is, you are the creator of your reality. Everything you encounter is part of a bigger picture, and there is a deeper meaning behind everything. Every person who crosses your path, every situation that tests your patience, and every obstacle that seems insurmountable holds a lesson for you. The universe doesn't send you challenges to punish you. Rather, it sends you opportunities to evolve, to grow, and to step into a higher version of yourself. These experiences are invitations for you to expand your consciousness, to reevaluate your beliefs, and to let go of the things that no longer serve you. They are the building blocks of your personal evolution, shaping the person you are becoming. It's important to understand that challenges are not the enemy. They are the means through which you build resilience, wisdom, and strength. When things get tough, it's easy to fall into victimhood, to blame external circumstances or other people for your pain. But when you choose to see challenges as opportunities for growth, you shift from a place of powerlessness to one of empowerment. You no longer see yourself as someone who is merely surviving, but as someone who is thriving, learning, and expanding with each experience. The key to navigating these experiences lies in your mindset. The way you perceive challenges will determine how you respond to them. If you approach life with an open mind and heart, willing to learn from every situation, you will find that the difficulties you face are stepping stones rather than roadblocks. The more you embrace this mindset, the more you begin to see the patterns and lessons within your life, guiding you toward greater understanding and fulfillment. What once seemed like a setback can now be seen as a lesson, a moment of growth that pushes you closer to the person you are meant to become. The universe is constantly providing you with these lessons. It's up to you to embrace them fully. Empowerment begins with the realization that you are the architect of your own life. Too often, we look to others or to external circumstances for validation, for permission to take action, or for assurance that we are on the right path. But true empowerment comes from within. It's about recognizing your own inner strength, trusting in your ability to create the life you desire, and knowing that you hold the power to shape your reality. When you take responsibility for your own journey, you stop waiting for things to change and start becoming the change you seek. The first step to empowerment is self-awareness. To truly empower yourself, you must first understand who you are, what you want, and what's holding you back. This involves taking a deep look at your beliefs, your habits, and your fears. You must be willing to face the parts of yourself that you might want to ignore, the parts that feel vulnerable or uncertain. Only by understanding your current state can you begin to transform it. Self-awareness allows you to recognize when you're playing small, when you're holding back, and when you're living in alignment with your highest potential. Empowerment also comes from letting go of the need for approval from others. For too long, many people live their lives based on the expectations of others, seeking approval from family, friends, or society. But true empowerment is found when you stop seeking validation and start listening to your inner voice. The opinions of others may influence you, but they don't define you. You have the ability to determine your own worth and make decisions that are aligned with your authentic self. When you stop waiting for permission and start trusting your own instincts, you free yourself from external limitations. Taking action is another key aspect of empowerment. It's not enough to simply know that you have potential, you must act on it. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals and reinforces your belief in your own power. Empowerment isn't about perfection, it's about progress. When you take consistent action toward your dreams, you begin to break through the barriers that once seemed impossible. Every action, every decision, every moment of courage you demonstrate strengthens your sense of self and your ability to navigate the world with confidence and purpose. Empowerment is not a destination. It's a continuous practice, a daily choice to trust in your own power, take responsibility for your life, and move forward with intention and belief.